Welcome, everybody. So this is us, Marcelo Arieta, Sebastian Vargas, Javier Cortez, and Giovanni Esquivel. And we are time travelers from the year 2021. Now, just kidding. We are just some random people from a time capsule that you probably found because whether you're living in a pandemical world or you are just curious because you found this crate in the backyard of your house, the thing is, we are experts in surviving pandemics. So we're going to teach you how to survive a pandemic properly. So let's not wait anymore and jump into it. The first thing you're going to find when you open the crate is a videotape. Okay, a videotape, that's cool. But what is it for? The thing is that scientific studies reflect that watching and repeating is the best technique to learn new things. Neither reading instructions or getting someone to help you do things is going to help you to learn something as watching and repeating. So the videotape is us surviving and living in 2020 and 2021. Why? Because in that way, you're going to get to see how we behaved, how we interacted with other people, what things we did, what things we did not do, so that you're going to get to know what you should do and what you should not do in the future. And you are going to be able to survive to the next pandemic that we do not know the name yet because, as I said, we are from 2021, we are not that advanced. And that's the thing. Well, so your new best friends are going to be the face mask, that they are like the best things. Face masks are like superheroes indeed. Hand sanitizer and alcohol are going to help you to survive and to kill these germs and viruses so that you keep your hands and yourself properly clean. Social distancing, basically those are the main things, the main basis of surviving during a pandemic. And well, then you're gonna watch the tape, so I'm not gonna spoil anything else, and let's jump into what my next classmate has to say, why communication apps are necessary.
So the next cool thing you're going to find in this time capsule is a USB that contains a way to download communication apps. So to explain why there is a USB with communication apps, I want to quote a very wise man who once said, "Through the use of communication apps, we can stay in touch with those people and act as though they never left." It's basically a miracle. What does this mean? That we can communicate, we can stay in touch with our loved ones, even though we're not there. And this is a very strange idea because we're not actually there with them, but we're still connecting. We're still making relationships. We're still being people. And this is something very tragic still because with this, all this about social distancing that you will see during your pandemic is that we have to stay away from people. And we as human beings are social beings. We need to connect with others. So this bias, these little icons that will be on your screen, they will allow you to communicate with others. Either it is your coworkers, your friends, your teachers, your family. During our times, these communication apps, WhatsApp, Microsoft Teams, Instagram, Zoom, they allowed us to go on with our lives, to still progress with what we need to do. Like we can still study, we can still work, we can still make friends. We don't stay stuck in just one point because we can't get out of our houses. We continue. And with these tools that this new technological era has given us, we will still go on, and you will too. And by finishing this section, we can go with the next content of the time capsule.
Now, the next point is media. And why is it important? Well, because the pandemic is really boring. Some people just like to go outside and go to parties, which are now almost illegal and really, really hard to actually organize. So with that out of the question, there's nowhere to turn but digital media and games, music, and films. So this is why movies have had such an impact in the pandemic and games have rose up. The industry of games in the US as of 2020 that's the year before, but it still stands for 2021 because we're still in the same pandemic, has grew a total of 27%, and its total revenue is now $56 billion. I think that's really, really impressive. And this outrageous sum just leaves us wondering, what games are we currently playing? And the answer is gonna be Fortnite. For the last like 5 years since it's been out, Fortnite has been one of the most important games because it's formula where you can just jump in a game and jump in another if you lose. It's really addicting, and that has given it lots of popularity. The MOBA League of Legends is just behind Fortnite with 8 million concurrent players, rivaling Fortnite's 10 million concurrent players. And it has done something really amazing over the last 9 years or 11. Yeah, over the last 11, almost 12 years at this point, actually, that it's been out, which it has been almost the only MOBA that's been out in the market, and it has relevance because other MOBAs that have tried, such as Heroes of the Storm and Dota, have not quite gotten that level of success. Other games that are really notable are Apex Legends, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and certainly the old classic Minecraft. The landscape looks very similar to when Fortnite launched, and not many games have really come out since then. But over the last decade, the games have really changed, except Minecraft and League, maybe. Now, when we talk about music, the most streamed music is currently Justin Bieber's music, with Ed Sheeran taking the second place as the second most streamed artist on Spotify. Third place then goes to The Weeknd. The next artists are Dua Lipa, Adele, Coldplay, Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, and Taylor Swift, which, altogether with Drake, round out the top 10 artists on Spotify. However, when talking about the whole decade, Drake, which is the 10th spot now, takes the top spot, and then goes Eminem and other artists such as Post Malone, Ariana Grande, and Ed Sheeran, which take up the whole 5 slots. As you can see, the most popular genre of music is pop, with some rap and reggaeton thrown in. That hasn't really changed, although the artists that produce the music have really changed, and they have gotten a lot of new music out there, which really makes this things up. And next is films. Netflix is a really good measure since it's where most of people watch their shows. And according to them, the most watched movie is Bird Box, followed by Extraction and The Irishman just behind. Kissing Booth 2, Six Underground, and also are among the most viewed movies. And when it comes to series, none can watch the first season of Bridgerton, then the fourth part of Money Heist, which is followed by the second season of Stranger Things. The Witcher, and both seasons of 13 Reasons Why are also up there. However, it isn't really relevant to compare the most watched films to the most culturally important, since, well, we still make memes about Shrek in 2021, I mean. And it's been 20 years since Shrek came out in 2001. So we really have to think about it because like other movies like Megamind have made a great impact, and that came out forever ago. So the culturally important movies are not just the most popular ones in the moment. And well, there's a really good phenomena that shows us this, which is a really good transition to the slide of memes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed a bearded 16-year-old boy, and in front of you, I present a bag of memes. Now, what are you supposed to do with this bag of memes, you may ask? Well, let me tell you a little bit more about memes first. The word meme itself comes from mimema, which is Greek for imitation, thanks to its derivative format and the fact that you can just grab one idea and plaster it in like a bunch of different ways. You might see a few repeats in that meme bag of yours. But yes, that's what memes are. It's this just self-duplicating machine that we all utilize, creating and reforming formats that are already there. And what are they for? Well, we have a really good example on camera 4 right now. It's awesome. I love that meme. It's my favorite meme. But yes, and see, if you see all around us, there is a lot of laughter. There's a lot of joy going around thanks to that very funny meme. And that's what memes do. That's what their power is. Thanks to these funny jokes that we have, we can laugh. As my partner previously mentioned, the pandemic can be a little bit of a tough time. It can be a little bit depressing. You can get bored as heck. But hey, we have memes. And what are memes for? They're little bursts of laughter, they're little bursts of joy that can help us clear our mind. And I mean that in a way brings us to the next slide. What can we say? What can we say we've learned? Well, communication matters, of course. I mean, as we previously said, through the communication apps, we can talk to each other, we can keep in contact, be it important things, since we can't really go to the places where the people are. We can ask them, hey, are you okay? And overall, it just allows us to maintain that closeness to the people that we normally have a close relationship to. And utilizing those media, rather those applications, we can send them media, we can send them this cool movie, we can send them this cool video, we can send them this cool song that we saw, to help them out. And we consume that ourselves, because as we previously said, the pandemic kind of boring, not gonna lie. And in that same vein, we can send them funny memes, because why? They might be having a bad day, they might be struggling. Again, one of the side effects of the pandemic is, a lot of people get mental issues, a lot of people get depressed because they can't do any of the things that they normally would do, especially very outdoorsy people. And so in situations like that, we can be compassionate, and we can share all these cool things that we found. And lastly, you, the person watching this video from plenty of years in the future, hopefully, you can learn from these instances. You can learn from all this imagery that we have of this current time, by observing what we did wrong, observing what we could have done better, observing all the memes, all the images, all the content that exists about the pandemic, because of course there's media and there are memes about the pandemic that hold a lot of truth to them. And if you can attach yourself to these situations, that you can learn these rules, we can all come out of this a little bit better. And hey, maybe you'll have a better time with your pandemic than we had a time with our pandemic. And yeah, we wish everyone good luck in your escapades. This has been our funny little time machine. We hope you enjoyed your stay.